Hey guys, John here for Gordon's Garage over here at Never Satisfied's Rainy Day Garage again. And today we are working on a 1958 Chevrolet Apache. And yeah, she's in rough shape, really rough shape. I mean, she's all there, but it's just really bad shape. So it looks like we're missing a headlight bezel here, lens cover over there, which I guess all that stuff is available through the, nope, there's the bezel right yonder. She's got, I assume, a little 283 in it, and it's locked up. Spark plugs have been out of it for years, but we did get it to move a little bit, but I think it's probably too far gone. I assume the last time it was on the road was 86. So that's over 30 years. That's actually, what is that, 35 years? Somebody torched the drums. I guess the brakes were locked up and that was their way to get it to spin, just so they could move it. Same thing over here. Hornet's nest. Side glass cracked. A little bit of rust. See if this door will open. Oh yeah. What do we got in here? Yeah. Yeah, the floors are gone. What's that old sign say? Something sold. Yeah, she's crusty for sure. Behind this seat, I don't think that's the factory seat. I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know much about what came with these old trucks from the factory. It probably is the factory seat. A diamond plate bed. See if this, yeah, at least the door's open. Whoa, that one's about to fall off. Woo! Not good. Gone. I don't think this truck's worth saving, but I don't know. We're talking about setting it down on an S10 frame. It's either drop a Mustang 2 front end under it or set a S10 chassis under it. I think it's faster and just more complete just to do a whole body swap. S10 frame. I mean, they fit under these trucks so nice. Anyway, that's where we are. Trying to decide what to do and if to do. So quite possibly, oh look at this old emblem. I just noticed that on the door here. Wonder what that used to be. Something Oco. Amico. Yeah, Amico. Huh. Just noticed that. Is it on the other side too? No, not that I can tell. Well, anyway, they're probably going to go into demo mode a little bit later today, and I won't be here, but I will come by and film the progress. But I'm not going to have time this week to play with them, so we'll try to get a lot of the progress updated. All right, I left this morning and these knuckleheads already got the body off of the original frame and got it hovering over the S10 frame. So they're making good progress. A lot of repair to be done up in there where the door hinges. That is a single cab long bed S10 frame that we use to do these swaps. The wheelbase works out just perfectly. And I can't remember what that wheelbase is right now. I think it's 128 inches or something like that. So that's where we're at. I'm not getting to have fun on this when I'm working elsewhere at the moment, but I'm going to try to get in here tomorrow and film a lot of the process. I'm sure I'll get to wire it up next week. I'll get to do the fun stuff. All right, let's see what these knuckleheads are doing.
Where you want it right now?
Well, I guess I'll just let y'all do the easy stuff.
John put me on there talking to him bad about it. Old hammerhead, he knows it all.
Well, back over here at Never Satisfied. Let's see what they've got done. See what kind of jankiness is going on here. I guess if it fits, it ships. Hey, we just make it up as we go here. And then I feel like that may come back and bite them in the end. Let me see. We got our engine is going to mount here. Here's our motor mount pads. So our motor mounts there. We're going to have room for headers or exhaust manifolds to sweep down into here. It might be all right. Might not be in the way. Let's see, this steering column comes out at a really bad angle. This is going to have to be cut. Firewall cut up to where an oval cut in it to where that steering column can tilt up and connect to this S10 column. There's a lot going on here. It'll work. They got the fuel cell mounted in here. Looks like they did a... What'd you do, run out of angle iron over here? Had to use a rebar? You're adding a little structural integrity back to the floor pan in there. The whole section with the running boards and the inner rockers. So I guess there's some outer rockers coming or here somewhere. Yeah, that's good though. That's really going to stiffen this cab up. Tell you what though, it needed a lot, didn't it? Whew. Alright, so that's where they are. He said he's going to let me come in next week and do the fun stuff. Let's go in here and see what these guys are getting done. Okay, I came back in here this morning, Saturday morning, and the truck build fairies got together again last night and got another stage of the process completed. They got their bed mounted on there and got it sitting down on its suspension, and the fuel cell in there. Got the bed supports welded in. Yeah, they're doing a really good job. Got their outer rockers put in. And then they've got the wiring harness sitting there waiting on me, I guess. That they leave all the fun stuff for me. They do all the fun stuff and then leave all the hard stuff for me. That's okay though. I like the hard stuff. And then we got our brake booster and master cylinder sitting here. And the brake arm, engine mounts, engine plates. I guess that box right there may have a shifter in it. I'm not sure. But let's see. The engine is going to be a 400 small block. It's sitting under this cover. We popped it off or popped the cylinder heads off, and I'm going to put some head gaskets on it and just reset the rocker arms and set the valves and everything, and probably run it on this stand here before we put it in the truck just to make sure it's going to be good. It's been run before, so it's a used engine, but it didn't have many miles on it. So we'll see what happens there, but that's going to be coming. That'll come next week or so. Oh, but I'm really impressed here in what they've done. That's going to be a really cool ride. And on this S10 frame and suspension, I mean, it just rides so much better than the old leaf spring front end. This will be a very drivable, really cool truck. Alrighty. I am over here with this 58. They're actually going to let me work on it today for a change. Looks like they got their wood bed in over the weekend. It looks really, really good. And they get some little fender wells and a flap here for their fuel fill to get to their fuel cell. And I am putting the engine together this morning, but just getting the cylinder heads mounted on there, cleaned up and mounted on there. Put some new head gaskets on it. 400 small block. There's some awful thin walls on that thing. I hope he gets a good radiator, because these things will run hot if you let them. All right. right, so that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. We're going to get this thing all put together. I guess, let's see. We have a aluminum performer intake over here with a Holly already mounted to it. And then where's our, I know I've seen an HEI, here it is. The new HEI for spark plugs, plug wires. And we're going to test run it on that stand later, hopefully today. We can get that on film. Get that on the download. I don't guess you can say film anymore. Oh, we'll record it. That's how you say it. We'll record it later. All right, so we're still coming along on the engine here. Got all my rocker arms in and adjusted. Let's see. Let's set these old Moroso. These old Moroso valve covers that go on it. And let's see. We got some headers sitting here ready to go on it. These are S10 style headers. Since this is an S10 frame and we have to send this steering column through the header, this header is specifically designed for that steering column to come right through there. Oops. Okay, so we ran this engine and it really ran good. It sounded like it was hitting on all 8, accelerated good, taking the fuel, but the rockers keep getting loose on it. So I know I got several collapsed lifters, hydraulic lifters on it. So we're going to go ahead and put a new cam and lifter set in this engine and this radiator. Get it mounted up here on the front of this stand, and that way we can run engines on this stand and test them and tune them before we even put them in the vehicle. So day 2 on this engine, I guess. Just installed the Melling Performance camshaft, and don't ask me how radical that one is. Anyway, there's the specs on it. You figure it out. Alright, just so you can see the old lifters, this is the lifters that came out of it, which are not that old. I don't know what happened to them, but several of them were collapsed like that. This is what a new lifter should look like. That the inside of the lifter there should be where the push rod should be all the way up to the retainer clip. But this one is actually sunk and stuck down below the retainer, and that's what was causing my rocker arms to get loose on me. So we just decided to go ahead and do a new cam and lifter set. All right, so we're over here on this 58 again this morning. He's got his engine mounted in there, so I think I filmed him previously welding his engine mounts, his tabs in there. We just got them spot welded, so in case we did something wrong and we need to move it, but that's about where it has to sit. And he's going to come in here and cut the transmission tunnel out a little bit bigger, and drive shaft yokes hitting the floorboard, and then the bell housing up here is all in the floor, so we'll have to relieve that. But slowly and surely. Okay, so we're back on the 58. We got our headers on. Steering column coming through the header, universal joint on there, and it is aimed toward where the steering column will come out. There's the original steering column. We'll have to do some fabrication work on that. We got the transmission dipstick tube laying there. Master cylinder, power booster. We'll have to mount up, but we need a proportioning valve. Let's go in here and see what we got going on with this 58 today. Looking pretty good. Got the nose mounted on it. Came in here last night and got the shifter mounted in there. Tunnel for it, transmission tunnel. Right now I'm trying to actually get the fuel pedal mounted on there, and then I'll start trying to get the brakes mounted up. And then the wiring. Okay, we got all our power. I've been kind of slack today about filming, but I think I showed you that we were going to get started on the wiring. So he's got his wheels on it, and she is riding low. We got our headlights, and the parking lights do work. We got our high beams working. Let's go to the rear. Yep, we got tail lights. And we got turn signals and all that. I won't go through all the trouble to show you that, but nice and clean under here. And our aftermarket turn signal switch. And I think, let's see, we still got to put our transmission cooler in. What else you say? Torque converter bolts. Radiator, transmission lines. Well, we're going to run that cooler all the way to the front, or just hang it under. Oh, yeah. Hey guys, we've hit a small speed bump with the 58, but it's okay. I'm going to end this video here and do a part 1, and then in part 2 we'll reveal what happened and move on from there. But we really appreciate you watching, and please, I can't speak today. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.